man of substance, you know, they want to be something. You know, every man, they want to fight to get to the next level. You know, everybody want it, whether you're trying to do it or not. You know you want it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have a strategy, you know, to get there. You can't just jump into the fire, you know what I'm saying, blindly and think you're going to make it out on the other side unscathed, you know what I'm saying? It got to be a method to the madness, you know? And I came up with some methods, man. I got 5 methods, five strategies that'll help y'all get closer to achieving y'all goals today. Let's get it. 1, you learn from other people's mistakes and you learn from other people's achievements. A smart person, they learn from their mistakes. But a real, true, wise person, they learn from other people's mistakes. You know, they sit and watch. They watch their family. They watch the mistakes that they made. You know, they watch their friends. They watch the mistakes that their friends making. You know, we got these phones. You're looking on the internet. We seeing the mistakes people making. You know, people going to jail. You know, stuff like that. You know, a wise man learn from that shit. A wise man gonna sit there and say, "Damn, nah, can't do that. Hell no, I ain't doing that. Look where it got him." You know, it's simple. You know, you gotta learn from your other people's mistakes, and you gotta learn from other people's achievements too, because success leaves clues. You know, when you see somebody riding in that car, you know what I'm saying, ask them questions. Shit, how damn, bro, how you get that car? You know, you see somebody with that physique in the gym, damn, what you do to get that? You know, how long you been doing that? Take notes. Wise person, take notes. You know what I'm saying? That's the first step. Take notes, good or bad, and put it in your back pocket. Number 2, man, bet on yourself. The person that's getting closer to their goal, they're going to bet on themselves. You know what I'm saying? What that means is you're going to try different things. You're not going to be scared to try different things. You're going to try different hustles. You see something like, hey, I want to try this. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. No questions asked. Trying to figure out. You're always trying to find something new. You're always trying to find the next thing. You know what I'm saying? One thing don't work, you don't get discouraged. You go on to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? You betting on yourself. You know? You start that content. You know what I'm saying? You try to start that business. You try to start that side hustle. No questions asked. You know, you ain't scared. You betting on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You ain't scared to take a risk. You want to invest that money. You got a lump sum of money. You want to invest it. You invest that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's betting on yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's a risk, but, you know, high risk, high reward. That saying is true. Don't let nobody tell you different. This next one, the third one, it ties into my last one, you know. But you start before you're ready. Whenever you feel like you're not ready, that's when your ass needs to start. You need to start immediately. No matter what nobody say, oh, you're not ready now at the right time. You're going to try to psych yourself out. You're going to try to psych yourself out. You're going to try to tell yourself you ain't ready. You're going to try to stop yourself from being great. You got to shut that shit off and do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? You know how many people hold themselves back? You know how many people hold themselves back because they say they ain't ready or now ain't the right time, but they're going to do it when it's the right time. Do it when you ain't ready and figure it out along the way. You know what I'm saying? Most people that got to where they at, that's how it happened. They figured it out along the way. They just started. Dropped everything and started. My next one, number 4, it's the ones who sacrifice. The ones who sacrifice, man, they get everything. You gotta make sacrifices if you want to be better. You gotta make sacrifices if you want to achieve your goals. You got to. When you on that diet, you gotta sacrifice that good food, man, that good drink. You gotta sacrifice it, man. You know what I'm saying? When you working, you gotta sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice your time. Sometimes you might have to work overtime. You know what I'm saying? And if you just starting off, you can't find nothing else. Sometimes you're gonna have to work a second job. Sometimes you gotta be the sacrificial lamb. You know, all that sacrifice is investing in your future self. You're just investing in your future self, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go without some things that you'd rather do or rather have, so it can pay out later on. It's an investment. That's also an investment. Investment ain't just putting money up. Investment is sacrifice for later on. That's what an investment is. Sacrifice for the benefit of what's gonna come to you later. That's an investment. Last but not least, and it's the most important one. The ones who keep going. No matter what, you gotta keep going. No matter what, you're gonna have ups and downs. It's gonna be times where it's fucked up. It's gonna be times where shit ain't working out. It's gonna be times where you lose all your money. You know, you got to build it back up. There's going to be times where you fuck up on that diet. You know what I'm saying? You got to get back on your diet. There's going to be times where you lose your job. Keep going, though. You never fail until you quit. Shout out my boy Starlito, man. He said that you can't fail until you quit. You're not going to fail unless you quit. You quit, you fail. But if you just fucked up, but you get back up, you keep going, you ain't failing. You just on the journey. It's just you just learning. You learning for next time. Keep going. Everybody they got somewhere, man, they always kept going, man, for years and years and years, man. You gotta have that drive. That's the most important, man. I've learned that. I'm learning that over all this time. You know what I'm saying? I've been learning that. Keep going. I thought it was so cliche when people used to say that, but it's true. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep that ball rolling, man. You know, something's gonna give eventually, even if it don't feel like it. Keep going. You dig what I'm saying? But that's what I got for y'all today, man. I got work, man. I'm about to go check in, man. Get this bread, man. I hope y'all have a good day. I'll let y'all in a minute.